Hi everybody, sanibonani. Welcome to my channel. Igama lami nguNtando Mdletshe, and on this channel siyazifunde incwadi ebhalwe ngolimi lwethu lwesiZulu bese siza la sizokhuluma ngazo le ncwadi esuke siyifundile senzela laba phela abasuke bengenazo isikhathi sokuyifunda incwadi nalabo abasuke benqena nje ukufunda. Siyaphinda futhi sibuka ama reality shows ethu ala eMzansi bese siza la sokhuluma ngawo lama shows, senza ama reviews ama recaps bese siyaphinda futhi sikhuluma nga any other issues avuka uma ngabe lama shows sesiwabukile kwi TV. Uma ngabe uqala ujoin namhlanje and you really like our content, do not forget to press the subscribe button la ngezansi bese uyaphinda futhi upressa i-notification bell eduze uka-subscribe ukuze phela uthole umyalezo uma ngabe umsebenzi omusha sesiwufakile. Kanti futhi uma ufuna ukuba imember yale channel ungakhohlwa ukuthi upresse ujoin button la ngezansi bese uphinda upressa ulandela ama instructions on how to become a member. Namhlanje senza i-full review ye show yethu ebizwa ngokuthi Isencane Lengane. This was really supposed to be a finale, but they did have 2 episodes today, last night, which was episode 9 and episode 10. And episode 10 focused on Isen of Ubabudlamoga. So I will do a video as well just talking about what happened there. So we were so lucky that they decided to show us what happened with funeral kababa Udlamoga. Anyway, uma ngabe iqala episode, remember ukuthi uThando last episode she had her baby, cute little baby, shame muhle muhle ulubanzi ne ulubanzi. What does ulubanzi mean? Guess lubanzi, you know, we usually say uthando lukababa lubanzi lujulile. It means ukuthi it's endless. God's love is endless. So usually that's what it means, ulubanzi. And but I did read an article where it said ukuthi Ubabudlamoga is the one that gave the name Lubanzi to ingane kaThando, which is really special, you guys, especially because really honestly it felt like Ubabudlamoga was waiting for this baby to be born before he could pass. So I really like ukuthi he got to meet his grandson. Anyway guys, so now uThando uvakashela uma wakhe. Apparently her mom was not told when uThando was in labor, when she went to the hospital, when she had a baby. She just found out after the fact ukuthi uThando already has had the baby, and she's upset about it. She's upset about the fact that she wasn't told ukuthi ene uThando ubelethile. And I don't even know if really they called her uThando yena herself called her mom to tell her ukuthi she has already had the baby and how it went with the delivery and all of that. So Mawake doesn't seem to be happy about the fact that she wasn't informed ukuthi uThando had the baby. And but at the same, I did understand ukuthi she would be upset that she wasn't told, but at the same time it felt exaggerated. I was trying to understand ukuthi what is the reason that she is so upset. It was like she was like extremely upset for some reason. She couldn't even enjoy the fact that her firstborn just had a baby, you know. And I felt like I did suspect because some producers did prompt her or give her information so that she ends up being more upset than she really is supposed to be. Uthando is like, I was in labor at the time, I wasn't thinking straight, I didn't feel like I needed to call my mother. She says ukuthi yena use wakadlamuka, so honestly she didn't see the need to inform Umaka. I don't even know why uThando didn't call her mom, but Umaka was really upset. She's upset ukuthi uThando is staying in Mlazi, which it sounded like she didn't know ukuthi uThando was in Mlazi. She's like, when did you guys come here? Why are you here? Why are you not Olundi or ke ubuyele ekhaya eNkandla so that somebody can help you with the baby? Indlela enihleli ngayo lana is not okay. And uThando is like, abantu are always talking about where she lives as if there's something wrong with where they stay. And she says, maybe there is something wrong, she just doesn't see it, you know. And I feel like that too. I feel like Leandao, it looks like a very small space. And for them to be there now with the baby and and then there is Umawake as well, it does look like bazompintsha abantu. They are inconveniencing people there when they do have a space olundi or she could have gone and stayed with her mother, or ahamba yenkandla ke. So now umawakhe is saying ukuthi awuyona intandane wena, you do have abazali, so there was no reason to go through all of this without me. And why ungavakashi ekhaya? Ngathi uthi akavakashi ekhaya. I assumed ukuthi mayithi awuvakashi ekhaya, she means enkandla, which is kubo ulona uThando. And another problem her mom was upset about is the fact that they are not able to get hold of Uthando. And as we all know, uSiyacela took the phone from her. So she is upset that over and above everything else, we're not able to talk to you. We are not able to get hold of you. And okay, and then she does say kodwa ke bekufanele ngabe at least uvele wayobelethela enkandla, which is komalume wengane kaThando, kubo uThando la bevele ehlala khona before she got married, ukuthi bekufanele ubelethele enkandla, not ukuthi uzobelethela la emzini yabantu. So she's upset about that, reasonably so, but she was just too upset. I wished ukuthi she had just taken a moment and enjoyed the fact that her daughter just had a baby and sit down and just be happy about the baby, because what can she change now? They didn't tell her she was in labor, but it's not like they can change it now. The baby is here. Thando also just ended up crying about it because she was really shouting at her. And then Uthando in the diary session, she does it because Umaka was complaining she's very secretive, kunezinto that she doesn't tell her. Uthando says in the diary session, yes, I cannot tell my mother everything. I'm married now, I'm in a relationship, I'm married to abantu badlamuka, so I can't tell my mother everything that happens in my relationship. So yeah, she doesn't understand why umawakhe emthethisa. And yeah, and then the baby ended up crying, and Uthando was attending to the baby, and umawakhe wanted to go and speak to uSiyacela. And she was upset, obviously, and uSiyacela pointless nje ukuzama ukumthethisa. Anyway, umawakhe, her point was, iphi phone kaThando, where's Thando's phone? Asking uSiyacela, where's Thando's phone? Why are we not able to get hold of Uthando? Why have you taken ifoni kaThando? uSiyacela uthi vele ifoni kaThando yathathwa yimina ngayibulala, so yeah, I broke it. So uthi why Uthando ehleze ethenga ifoni, every time Uthando buys the phone you take it, you know, and why are we not able to get hold? And then there was that fight between Umaka Thando noSiyacela. I really felt like it was just a waste of time. Fighting with uSiyacela is a waste of time, and I was feeling like that, and I felt like she just wasted her energy instead of just sitting there with Uthando, finding out how she's doing, maybe giving her some advice as a new mom, and enjoying her grandson. But she didn't do that. She was upset. Okay. So I guess Umaka is really not happy with their living arrangement. She really just feels like they need to be going back home being Olundi or home being Elukhuzane Nkandla. She's not really offering the option of Uthando living with her, which makes me assume ukuthi maybe she doesn't have space la ehlala khona, because she doesn't say ukuthi woza uzohlala nami, so it makes me feel like she probably doesn't have space for them too. But she's just saying ukuthi there is an option ukuthi nibuyele Olundi, and there is an option ukuthi niye Elukhuzane. She was really upset, you guys. I didn't even see her holding a baby. Did she hold the baby? She didn't. Or if she did, we didn't see it. And then the next thing was like something that I liked seeing, honestly, you guys, especially because they are wrapping up the season. This was the short season compared to the other seasons. We usually watch Isencane Lengane up until end of November. They drag it as long as they can drag it. And this was a very short season. They wrapped it up very quick. And so they visited ugogo waseLovu. Remember, ugogo waseLovu, Thando had an issue with her. She was like, I'm never gonna go there, I'm never gonna talk to her, because ugogo waseLovu had spoken about them on camera, saying she will never stay with them, saying all kinds of negative things that Uthando was upset about. So she had made a decision, she's never gonna go Love. So I liked what the producers decided, because they wanted to get that scene. It was almost like a full circle moment where uThando went. She was humble as a child, uzokhombisa ugogo ingane, and ugogo was happy to see her. Honestly, I think she was surprised that uThando came, because obviously previously in the previous episode she has said that she'll never go there again. And ugogo is just asking them ukuthi bahleli kanjani eMlazi. They're talking about the possibilities of them coming back bazohlala eLovu, which I don't think is a good idea, because the last time that they were there it didn't end well. So I just think that they really just need their own place. And uThando talks about ukuthi uSiyacela uyafisa ukuthi axolise gogo. Remember ukuthi uSiyacela said all of those horrible things ngogogo, ukuthi ugogo uyathakatha, ugogo wayefuna ukuthwala ngaye and all of that. So uthi uyafisa ukuthi azoxolisa. And then uThando talks about indaba yokuthi ugogo said ukuthi she was inuku, you know. So gogo is like, so are you here uzongiqolisa amacala? And uThando is like, no gogo, awunginyathelanga kahle, you know, awungiphathanga kahle when you said that. So I have to talk about it, to express ukuthi I wasn't happy about it, and that was the reason why I had decided ukuthi I will never come here again. So I have to say ukuthi that thing yangiphatha kabi. I did not hear ugogo exolisa, but guys, you know, abazali babantu abamnyama, a lot of the times they don't apologize, and they will try and do something nice and kind to you to show you ukuthi they are sorry, but igama elithi sorry kubazali aliveli ngaphumi. So I wasn't surprised ukuthi ugogo didn't actually say ukuthi ngiyaxolisa for what I said. But she was happy with ingane. She said ingane yinhle, even though she did say ukuthi ifana noSiyacela. And uThando, I guess, I mean, she says ukuthi impilo akayazi. The reason ezile kakhulu because impilo akayazi. She can't, because isekhaya lapha, she can't really say ukuthi she will never ever need to come back there. So she felt like she needed to fix things. But uSiyacela was not there. It was just him. Mhlawumbe nokuba nengane, uThando really is opening her eyes to ukuthi fanele kakhulu, you know, because she didn't wait for uSiyacela ukuthi ayilaphana kagogo. She went on her own. Even though I felt like maybe the producers did feel like for them to wrap up the season, they needed to make sure that relationship is fixed, which could be an indication that maybe this is the last season that we see from them. I do not know. Anyway, you guys, and also just the dynamics of the show have changed. So maybe they would consider this being the last season. I don't know, because the dynamics have changed. Babdlamuka is no longer there. They are no longer Olundi. And also, our living arrangements are so uncertain. But like bazoyo Olundi, and then mabebuya Kantombi, it's already been indicated because they can't really go back there. I don't know if they will want to go and stay with Siyacela. So all of those things change. Dynamics a show, maybe it even becomes difficult to shoot the show. So I don't know, you guys, if this is the last season, if we are going to get the next season. Anyway, ugogo is asking about indaba yasoLundi, bazwa yini noLundi, and I think it's important ukuthi bayihambise ingane, you know, uLundi iyokwenziwa whatever it is that they do to ingane. uLundi uma ngabe kuzelwe ingane enkandla, not enkandla man, uLundi kadlamuka. So the next scene, they decided ukuthi sebeyolundi now to show abantu abadala ingane. They go there, and mama ba happy, guys. There's always umamkhulu, there's always umashange, and you know, they're happy to see them. They're happy to see ingane, and you always know ingane avele, everyone is happy to see ingane. And they even umashange was happy to see ingane, bayiphatha ingane, bayibuka and all of that. And I guess mabefika uSiyacela had gone to see his father, because this is before Bababu passed. This was like the first and the last time his dad met ingane yakhe. And then he had gone with Ayobon Babwake in the room, and then when he comes back, Umashang was holding a baby, and she was upset to go to Mashang is holding a baby because she doesn't want anything to do with Mashang. I don't even know why uSiyacela hates Mashang. You know, Kuma families, even when you suspect but you don't make it so obvious, especially being a family. but uSiyacela unjalo. And he was upset ukuthi uMashanga is holding the baby, but he was coming to take umntwana because ubaba Dlamuka wanted to see the baby. And so Thando talks to them about indaba yokuthi, oh, okay, so I guess the baby went and saw Ubaba Dlamuka, but Ubaba Dlamuka this season we haven't seen him because I think he wasn't in a good condition. He wasn't okay, so we didn't see him seeing the baby for the first time. If he held the baby or if he said anything, we don't know. We didn't hear anything there. So the next scene, they are in this house, Rondovel wakhona, and ingane izofaka intambo eqolo, which happens a lot in the families, but it's the first time ever ngibona ingane ifakwa intambo emnyama. I was like, intambo emnyama, you know, intambo emnyama elokhuzeni esandleni naseqolo lenga emnyama, like black. It's first ever. I've seen it yellow is green or yellow and green or yellow and red or it was just black. It would just black. I'm like, hey, black is never a good, never signifies something good. So I wondered why. It's their family thing. But I was like, I wondered why they chose like a black. Black, like color black. But anyway, bamfaka intambo labo, and they were just talking Jenna and about how it was, how was the pain, did you use any of the tips that he was like, guys, all of the tips you gave me didn't work, all of the things you guys were saying didn't work. I was just in pain, I was screaming, I was crying. And it talks about Umato called her esanda kubeletha and they were fighting on the phone. So it seems like Umato is still in a relationship with uSiyacela, and basala benothando on the phone. Imagine athi umbize ngomdlezane, and anyway umdlezane umuntu osanda kubeletha, it's not really inhlamba, but I guess umuntu angayisebenzisa mayifuna nje ukulokhuza ukudelela. Yeah, anyway you guys, that was the episode for today, which basically it was the last episode before they showed us the funeral, and I don't think that it's coming back. I think this is the end of the season because next week we are July 99 coming back, but I'm gonna do another video just now talking about the funeral because they did show us a little bit of what happened with Baba Dlamuka's funeral. Anyway you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Tell me what you thought about this episode below, and also just tell me what your thoughts are with this season. You know, were you happy with the season? Do you feel like it was too short, or you feel like it was just perfect? They didn't drag it too long like they normally do. Thank you so much for watching this video. Share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Ngithanda kakhulu.